This cheat sheet saves me so much time every single pay period. So I know where all of my savings are going to go. These are all go in priority order for me. It might be different for everybody, but I want to make sure my automatic savings goes first, my fixed expenses, any semi-annuals that I have, my water bill and the Ring subscription and the Costco subscription, those kind of things, life insurance. I take my income tax refund and I make buckets for all of those things so that when they pop up throughout the year, I don't have to worry about them. Hi everybody, thanks for clicking on this video and welcome to my savings, budgeting, and YouTube journey. On this channel, I experiment with different budgeting styles, savings goals, and I share the strategies I learn along the way. So if that sounds interesting at all to you, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to follow my journey. All right, you guys, so if you are one of my loyal subscribers, I love you. Thank you for coming back. I know I have been gone for at least a month. So during that time, I've been focusing on school. I am taking an accounting class, which is super duper hard, much harder than all my other classes have been. And I'm an adult learner, and I have ADHD. Anyway, I've been buckling down on that. Unfortunately, I have not been following my 12-week year like I should have been. So I did fall off on that. I fell off on filming, but we did go on our cruise and that was so much fun, so much fun. That was for my daughter's Sweet 16. That was really fun. We went on a 5-day cruise. We went to Turks and Caicos and Coco Key, I think that's how you say it. So much fun. I will insert some pictures. If it falls, I have video evidence. Sucker. So I'm back here today. While I was on my trip, I actually did budget. So I just had a piece of paper with me. I had a little journal with me, and I did do my October A budget because I got paid while I was on vacation. So I did just do a quick budget while I was there. Of course, I wasn't able to take out cash envelopes because I was on the water, but I was able to still budget. So that was really good. I did keep on top of that. I did not keep on top of expense tracking that week too much, but I do know what I had left in each of the envelopes. So I wrote that down somewhere. The handwriting is atrocious, so I'm just going to read it off to you. I had my $200 buffer left in there. Pet had $53. Health had $109. Gas had $5.66. Essentials had $5.28. Mom spend, which is mine, had $20. Dining had $1.16, and miscellaneous had $6.72 left in the Ally buckets. So if I did my math right, that was a total of $38.82, and I just put all of that in the mom spend bucket. So when I do my budget for this next 2 weeks, I won't put anything in my spending because I'll put $10 in there because there's $40 in there already basically. So I just rolled that over to put it in there. That way, that extra $40 that I'll have in this paycheck, I can put into my 100 envelope challenge. I was trying to figure out how I was going to do this since I wasn't using cash, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll roll over the money, and then any extra that I have coming in, I'll just use that to put in my 100 envelope or whatever challenge I'm working on. I'm still working hard on the 100 envelope. So let's go ahead and get started on this budget before I ramble on too much. At the end, I will go ahead and do my cash stuffing. I got paid. I took the money out of the bank today, so I did do my budget previously. So I'll show you guys what I figured out. This one was a little bit different. I'm tweaking some things, so I'll give you guys the breakdown on what I have so far. So this is going to be our pre-payday prep, and this is for October B, and that's going to run me from October 20th to November 2nd. My cheat sheet that I usually use is outdated. There are some things I need to change in a good way, though. Discover here has now been paid off. Yay, confetti. I also did reach my car emergency goal of $1,000. I did reach that, and just in time, because literally once it hit that number, my car is super duper loud right now. So it's an older car, so I knew it needed more work. But hopefully, hoping and praying that it's not more than, I actually have $1,200 in there now. I think maybe even more, but about $1,200 in there that I hopefully it will be enough to pay for this repair. We'll see, you guys. Say a quick prayer for me if you believe in that. If not, just wish me luck. All right, so Discover's paid off, so I don't have to pay that anymore. I will be making a new cheat sheet. If you guys want to see that breakdown, let me know. I have made a few of these on my channel, so just go ahead and search for cheat sheet if you want to see how you can make one of these yourself. I give you the full details in that video. This cheat sheet saves me so much time every single pay period. Actually, I had a picture of this on my trip, so I was even able to budget while I was on my cruise because I had a picture of this cheat sheet. So I know where all of my savings are going to go. These are all go in priority order for me. It might be different for everybody, but I want to make sure my automatic savings goes first, my fixed expenses, any semi-annuals that I have get paid after that. These are mostly all already in the bank. What I do at the beginning of the year, I feel like I'm reintroducing myself. So sorry for you that don't need this information, but welcome to all of you that are new. Anyway, semi-annuals, my water bill and the Ring subscription and the Costco subscription, those kind of things, life insurance. I take my income tax refund and I make buckets for all of those things so that when they pop up throughout the year, I don't have to worry about them. They're all in an account, but I do like to keep track of when they're going to come out, or if it's something that I have to pay manually, like life insurance, they won't. It's a weird way. Can't auto do it. So that's how I keep track of when it needs to be paid. Then here would be any unexpected expenses, like if I had to pay a toll. I had to pay a toll last pay period. That will go there. Variable expenses. So these are now all in Ally. For the last few weeks, I've been doing that. Ally bucket, so gas, groceries, toiletries, essentials, pet health. You'll see how all that breaks down here. And the cash envelopes, I am not pulling out cash envelopes. It's just much easier to do it digitally. And the cash stuffing videos don't do as well anyway. So that's for now. I may change that. The other day, I don't know how many people this happened to, but like all of my money systems weren't working and it freaked me out. Like that's my worst nightmare. That's why I believe in cash, having some form of cash at home. But Venmo wasn't working. SoFi wasn't working. Ally wasn't working. I couldn't log into any of those. My bank app for my local bank was running really slowly. I'm sure I could have went in person, but that really freaked me out. Actually, Alexa was being weird too. Like, I don't know what was going on Monday, but it was freaky. So I might go back to this. I am still keeping my always fund and my sinking funds in cash, specifically because that freaked me out. I never want to be in a situation where I can't access my own money. That is, yeah, I can't do that. So some of these got moved around. Also, home emergency is done, so I can knock that off and put something else there. All right, so now we can get started. Sorry about that. So for my budget notes, I usually start that here. And that's for anything unexpected or, that's not normally in the budget or any sinking funds that I have to use. This time, thankfully, I don't have to use any sinking funds, but I do owe my coworker $12 for lunch. I forgot my wallet, so I do want to remember to put that in there. Other than that, I don't really have anything unexpected, which is the first time in a long time. My Ring subscription that was due this month, I've already paid that. It was $100 for 2 different cameras, but I decided to just keep one on that subscription. So I only paid $50 and I'm leaving the other $50 in there so that next year I can pay the other $50. All right, so since we can get started, my paycheck this pay period was, I guess I already wrote it down, so there's no need for that, $17.80, and that's including overtime. They always include overtime. So let's start with the most important. The format will be the same. We're going to do the automatic savings. So this, we're putting a little bit more than usual in our automatic savings. I always give you guys that breakdown. This is my mind map. I've been doing the budget this way for years. Okay, so we start with $250 for autosave. All right, and this is what I use on payday to give me a breakdown on where everything needs to go. We're going to put $100 in car emergency. So I keep that. $100 in my daughter's graduation. And then we're going to put $50 now into the car note. So now that I'm done paying off Discover, I want to start putting some more money towards the car note so I can hopefully pay that down, because that's the next goal. All right, and I already know, based on my updated cheat sheet, that my fixed expenses, I have to write it out again because I lost my cheat sheet somewhere along the way. But I know my fixed expenses will total $1740. Fixed expenses is just another word for bills. That's going to bring me down to $790. All right, so here we are with the fixed expenses. I'll write these out. So we have $510 for the mortgage, and that's just partial. The other part is already in there from the last paycheck. This is how I break them down. So we're at $510 for partial mortgage payment. We have $8 for my YouTube subscription. I have the student account. I have $127 going to the car insurance. And then I have $95 for the internet. And I do like to zero these out. Let's make sure that the math is right. What are you doing? Girl, what am I talking about? 1740. 740. Girl, I wish my bills were 740, because that must mean I'm paying 1740. That must mean I'm making all of the money. I still want my bills to be 1740. Okay, 740 minus 510, 8, 127, 95. All right, so that zeroes out. Brings me down to $790. Okay, now, next thing that comes out, we have to, of course, pay for our groceries and our variable expenses. That's the next important thing. So I want to make sure my bills in my home is taken care of first, and then groceries is the next important. I do this because there was a time where I couldn't afford to pay everything, so the most important things had to come first. All right, so this is the variable expenses, and I'll give you a breakdown of what that includes. All right, so that's going to include $50 for gas. Groceries, I'm doing a little bit of a challenge for groceries. We're only going to put half in for groceries and toiletries. Usually I will be doing $215. Let's see what I used to do. I used to do $215. So that's about the same. We're going to do about half this time with $115 in there. And then we have essentials that we have to pay, and we have pet that we have to put. So these are things that I'm going to use throughout the week. Throughout the next 2 weeks, it's a 2-week paycheck. All right, and let's start over. All right, that zeroes out. So it's a 2-week paycheck. We're going to do a challenge of just doing $110 in groceries. I know that's very small, but because we were gone for the 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, we were gone for a week, and we already have enough meat and sides, we don't need to do anything except for like small things like bread, milk, cheese, eggs, those kind of things, because we don't need it. And then we're going to save a little bit of that money too. I'll tell you that when we get down to that, where that extra money is going to go to. So that brings us down to $560. All right. I did, since I'm not doing the 12-week year, or since I basically failed that first month of it, I am going to do a 2-week challenge. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. I don't know where I'm going to be able to fit that in, but Actually, I'm not going to do a video on that. I might. I don't know. We'll see. But my 2-week challenge is just going to be, for now, this is my format. I'm going to do something that I want to give up, something that I want to do every day, and a home project and a monetary challenge. So my monetary challenge is going to be the half of grocery budget and $50 for dining instead of the normal $70 that I do. I'm also going to be on the treadmill 30 minutes every single day. That's my everyday thing. Not to do is no social media, except for YouTube educational videos. YouTube, like TV thing I can watch. Mostly I watch educational things, but no shorts on YouTube. Instagram is closed. Facebook is closed. I have never really used Twitter. Snapchat I barely ever used. So just gotta get rid of Instagram. Instagram was the one that I got caught up on. Man, when they added shorts to Instagram, boy, I tell you, the hours that can go by, honey, and the stuff that you could be doing instead. So those are my challenges. Instead, I always want to keep a challenge, even if it's not the 12-week year. I need to be doing something to keep myself on track and focused and motivated. And I gained 7 pounds on that trip. So, yeah. The food. There was a lot of food and a lot of variety. And you could go to the buffet like almost any time of the day. I don't think they were open overnight, but yeah, that was dangerous stuff, man. So not only do I have to lose those 7 pounds, I still wanted to lose 10 more. So I lost 30 pounds within the last year. I think 20 pounds this year. So I do want to shed some more. So we're going to keep working on it. Okay, cash envelopes, $122. I actually just ended up leaving these in Ally High Yield Savings Account allows you to have little buckets where certain things can come out of each. So I have like a bucket for gas and groceries, and then for gas, anytime I pump gas at Costco, the debit card realizes that, recognizes that charge, and takes it out of the gas bucket. So highly recommend that. If you guys are interested in a link, please let me know. I think they're individual, but so if it doesn't work for you, let me know. You get, I think, $25. And I get a bonus too if you open up an account. And I suggest high yield savings accounts for sure. Because if your money's just going to sit somewhere, it might as well be doing something for you. All right. And like I said at the beginning, we're going to do $10 in my spending envelope. I'm going to put $25 in my daughter's spending envelope. She has her own job. So yay her. She's 16 now. So she's getting more hours. And she's loving it. She's doing really good in school too. So I'm very proud of her. Very good girl. All right. Cash envelopes. $122, $10 for me, $25 for her, $50 only for dining, and then $25. Oh, and then I have that $12 for my coworkers. All right. Now that zeroes out. I just had to do it. All right, that brings me down to $438. All right, so now we can save the rest of this because all the bills and all the needs are taken care of. Wants are like in my spending and her spending. And then we have sinking fund savings in case, you know, there's anything that pops up that we need or want to spend on. We save those throughout the week. That's not right. And I don't have any whiteout. I was not prepared to do this, but I have put off filming for so long that I was like, listen, I have people counting on me. I hope you guys are still doing good. Make sure you say hello. I've missed you guys. I've missed your comments and your motivation, but I did stay on track with the budget. I just did not expense track. That was the thing that was killing me. All right, so let's see. Always fund. These are things that I always want to get money every time that I get paid. So I always try to keep some money at the end for these things. Of course, I have a little bit more money to save than usual because we're decreasing dining, we're decreasing groceries and toiletries. I had the mom spend, so we have a little bit more money in this one than we usually would. I'm going to try to, spend more wisely. So we're going to put $30 in extra utilities. This is for my winter bill. I know it's going to be high. So I try to build myself a buffer throughout the year. And I do pay a little bit more on it when I can on the bill itself. So we're going to do $50 to home maintenance. $50 is going to go to our Christmas sinking fund. 30 to college travel. That's for my daughter's college visits. We have 35 is going to go to my miscellaneous savings. That's for my miscellaneous things and hobbies. $20 is going to go to our family fun envelope. So we might use that to go apple picking. I don't know how much is in it right now because I couldn't get into Ally to look. But they did fix it by the end of the day. So I'll go back and look. All right. And then Pooh is my daughter's nickname. Pooh bonus, that is for her report card. That's going to get $15. Anytime she gets a good grade in any class, 90 or above, she gets $10 for each. And then for her harder classes, she has 3 harder classes. She'll get $20 for those, the college level classes for each of those. So even though she has her own job, I still want that to be an incentive for her. All right, and that zeroes out. So $250 will go in those envelopes. And then we have $188 left, which is very good. Very good. If you guys have seen my first videos when I first started doing sinking funds and cash envelopes, please take a look at that. If you're feeling discouraged, I know I was super discouraged in the very beginning because there was literally no one just like me who had such small income and was a single parent, like without anyone helping them with any of the bills that I could find. At least I'm sure there were some probably, but that I could find that did the budget the way that I did. So I was like, listen, this is such a good idea. I want to try this, but it would be nice for me to try it and for everyone to see how it is from when you first start to when you get used to it and how things can change. I just thought that that would be interesting for you guys. So if you are still watching, please like the video, comment, subscribe, please, please, please. That all helps me out and motivates me to keep doing this. That way it can get out to more people. YouTube feels I'm worthy if you like and subscribe. So please do. All right, and this is going to go to my miscellaneous sinking funds. This is where I can kind of play around with what's left. Not play around because it's all serious stuff, but all right, that leaves me with $188. So I already know from last pay period that $40 that I have left that I moved over, I'm going to save that in our 100 envelope challenge. And then I'm going to save $60 from this paycheck for the $100 envelope, 100 envelope challenge. We're also going to put some money in our, is this right? I feel like I did something wrong. We'll see. $56 in our extra or emergency food because things are scaring me about right now and I want to have a cushion in case the price of food skyrockets. We're hoping that that doesn't happen, but I am a better safe than sorry kind of person. Home decor is going to get $10 and gift is going to get $10. And I feel like there's some money somewhere that I messed up. 50-50. Let's see, 250. All right, and then 188. Okay, so we still have $12. I thought I messed something up. I think it was here that I messed up. I think I put, because I did take this $12 out for lunch down here. So I'll put this $12. It looks like I took it out twice in my head. That $12 I will transfer to, because I have to give her back the cash. I'll transfer that to the emergency food envelope in the bank account. All right. So that zeroes out. I haven't even looked at this in a while. I did set up all these bi-weekly budgets, and sadly, I was not using it. So I have all these little pretty outlines of what's due and when, and I did not use it for September B or October A. So maybe we'll start fresh in November. How cute is this, right? I made them cute for each month. All right, so we'll see. I might use this. What I would usually do is highlight each of the categories. That way I can see how much I'm spending in every pay period and every month, just so that I know for the next year's budget how much to plan, or to plan better and in advance. All right, that's it for this here. I do want to show you my cash envelopes. So I did take the money out. We took out a total of $438 cash. All right, since I already went to the bank, I might as well do this now. We have $50, $100, we have $50, $100, $150, $200, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, so that's 340, 350, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400, 10, 20, 420, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. So that's 438. Perfecto. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this in envelopes. And I've already decided where everything is going to go. Oh, let's start with the Always Fund. All right, and all of this went back to the bank. I got to show you guys where I am now. If you want to see my spreadsheet to see how much I have in the bank of all of these things, let me know. Before I went on my trip, I took everything to the bank just to be safe. I am going to keep doing these in cash. All right, so extra utilities. It's right here. This is going to get $30. Just gonna put a quick, because I went back to the bank, so it does have money in there. So we're doing October B, starting with $30. All right, home maintenance is gonna get some money. Home maintenance is here. It's gonna get a $50 bill. I just wanted to show you guys that. I'll do the rest off camera when I'm done. So we're going to do Christmas needs, $50 too. College travel, that's for my daughter. That's going to get, is that in here? Yeah, that's going to get $30. Alright, mom miscellaneous is going to get 35. In here. No, I must have moved mine, so I'll do that after. Family fun, it's going to get $20. That's it for the Always Fund. Let's put the money in my envelope, $35. Let me know what your experience for you guys have been with cash. Is it easier for you to use cash? Is it harder? Do you see places give you discounts for cash? How is it in other places? I'm in upstate New York, and I don't know. Sometimes I go to festivals and nobody wants cash. Sometimes they only want cash. So, I mean, I think it's a good idea to have a mix of both. But it's really hard to choose one or the other, which would just be easier for me, personally. Her clothing is getting $20. I decided that. Bonus is getting $15. Her first semester is coming up. The end is coming up really soon. All right. Then we have home binder. Let's see. Home decor. Oh, vacation I have back in there again. Gift is going to get $10. I forgot because now my mom wants to go to Jamaica next year. It's like, lady, I've not made of money. But I will save and we'll see what we can do. But mostly I want to make sure that my daughter has a good graduation. I do want to give her my existing car, which is why I try to keep it in good shape. But, you know, I can only do what I can do. Alright, extra or emergency food and fuel. Home emergency is the only one I keep in there. It is. So extra or emergency food or fuel is in here. And that's going to get $56. This is my first time ever filling, well, not ever. I used to have one of these that I, you know, moved any extra grocery to. But I think this is a good thing to have if you are like me and you are a sole income or you're worried about the price of things going up. I highly suggest starting a sinking fund with emergency food, utilities. I haven't been able to get a month ahead on anything yet, but I might be soon. Yeah. All right, and then we have to put our 100 envelope. All right, so we get to do higher numbers now. I think the highest number I have in here done is 50. So now it will be 60. And I made this little thing out of all Dollar Tree products. Even the little basket came from the Dollar Tree. And it was actually really fun to make. Just staples and paper. There was like a paper book that Dollar Tree had. And the stickers came from there too. It was really fun to make. So you don't have to spend lots of money on 100 envelopes. Now they're much cheaper on Amazon. But when I was looking, they were like $50 and $60 on Etsy. But I think because cash stuffing is becoming more popular, they're, you know, remaking those. Let's see. Okay. Then we're going to do the 40. And I made them all a little different, which makes it fun. So every time I come in here, I get to see a new one. A new little design. In here, I'm very excited about trying to be more proactive about putting more in this 100 envelope. I started this at the beginning of the year. I gave myself 2 years to do it. I think you save about $5,000. But yeah, I had $20,000 at the beginning of the year, and now altogether, I think I'm down to like between 8 and 10. But still, way better than I was used to. Oh my God, I'm gonna shut up now. So this is the $12 that I have left that I'm going to put in my wallet to pay back my coworker for lunch that day because Venmo wasn't working. I don't know what that's about. If you guys want me to go back to doing the biweekly book, let me know because I am doing some things digitally now. I was able to find Google Sheets has this virtual, Google Sheets has a template for a monthly budget that I kind of adapted, of course, to my own. And I think I want to try that for expense tracking for a couple weeks and see how I like that automated thing versus in the book. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I do like this as well, too, because I can go back. I guess I could go back in that, too. I don't know. What do you guys do? Are you virtual? Are you paper? And why do you watch me if you're a long-time subscriber? I will give you guys an update on what I have in each of my sinking funds if you're interested as well. So please let me know. I would like to get started on this month ahead binder at some point. I really was hoping that I could do that this year, but things, I just didn't get to it. So, you know, we're doing the best we can with what we have. And at least when crises come up, I'm able to take care of them. So That's the blessing. All right. Thank you so much. I'm sure there's much more I have to talk to you guys about. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Come back for more. Share with any of your friends that are working on budgeting. Make sure you check out my playlist. I have some that are just for beginners. I haven't added to those in quite a while, which I probably should. But any of my videos, I do go into depth. This one not so much, about how I do my budget and how I've been able to maintain as a single parent. I don't consider myself on a low income anymore, and because I've gotten raises over the last 2 years, but when I started, definitely. And even as some people now, in my state, I am still considered low income to have a child, but you know, I have been able to manage. So, we're speaking life into the positive things and not focusing on the negative. Plus, I am in school, so I'm hoping by the end of that, I have some more options. But thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it. I want you to always remember it is about progression and not about perfection. As always, thanks for watching and happy saving. Bye.